Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl in your face when you're sleeping. Aliens taking over streets, mummies chasing down drivers, and a lot more goes on in the dead of night, which we only believe if we see it with our own eyes. Tune in, as today you'll get to see something that no one would have watched if it was not caught on camera. Forest roadside cryptid. As unusual as it may look, it doesn't give any spooky vibes. A group of workers were getting back home from work late in Acapulco, Mexico, when they noticed a bizarre being walk past. Out of curiosity, they stopped to check it out, only to find this extremely weird-looking skeletonized cryptid. It looks almost as if it were an infant abandoned on the side of the road and was dying of starvation. Normally, something like this tends to scare away people, but seeing how weak and helpless it looks, rather seem to be vulnerable. Jungle highway crawler. This jungle road crawler is the very definition of the terrifying feeling you get while moving on a road through the forest. A man traveling across the country through a Chilean dense forest when he bumped into this troubled-looking crawler that came in its way. According to the driver, it was skinny enough to seem like it was a moving skeleton with hair and a bleak face. The driver maintained distance due to the fear of the unknown and reported it was attempting to get closer, forcing him to turn around and look for an alternate route out. Alien in parking lot. Just because it looks like a Dobby certainly doesn't mean to be the case. In February 2020, a family man in Pennsylvania was waiting in his car parked in a parking lot while his family was out shopping and heard something or someone that passed underneath his car. He stepped out to investigate by looking around until he caught a tiny humanoid-like alien that passed randomly, just over a meter away from him. Being shocked at what he discovered, he attempted to chase it down to get a clearer, identifiable look at it, but within moments, it disappeared. Unknown animal in tree. This sure looks like one of the strangest looking animals ever to be caught on a camera. A family was strolling through a road covered with trees and bushes in Budapest when they were abruptly halted due to a flat tire. While the tire was being changed, they heard sounds of a shaking tree nearby, only to find something that looked like an animal with a weird body type. Within seconds, this mystery four-legged animal jumped out from the bushes and ran away. The heat of the moment scared the family, who ran back to the wheel for safety. Glowing-eyed mummy chase. The only sane explanation for this would be that a mummy was taken over by an evil entity. In February 2019, two friends were out driving late in the night when this mummy-like figure appeared in the dark. At first, it was sprinting parallel to them in the dark before it came closer, in an attempt to jump into their vehicle. As it got closer and into the light, one of the two friends captured this footage showing it to have glowing eyes and was covered in white mummy cloth. The fact that it could sprint towards them at super speed despite being covered like a mummy surely wasn't a hoax. Alien Scout. After decades worth of UFO sightings, something like this was long overdue. A man who was out with the boys camping on the outskirts of Montana when this small possum-resembling alien made a sudden appearance and took them all by surprise. According to one of the witnesses, it was a dark green-like skin with a triangular-shaped head, which coincidentally matches to that of the usual alien description only, but only scarier. Since one of them was barbecuing, the curious alien may have been attracted by the hot, sizzling smell of their food. Shady Beast. While many may call it an angry gorilla or a troubled black bear, whatever this beast maybe looks like far more sinister. A passerby from the woodland area in Nebraska recorded this video showing an abnormal-looking being that was crawling towards him. It wasn't until it got close enough when the recorder was able to see and capture its terrifying-looking face. As the footage was uploaded to possibly get answers, many speculated it to be a monkey of some kind. What do you think this may have been? Do share with us down in the comments. Aggressive Yeti. Sometimes it's the little things that can far outdo what you could have never expected. In December 2020, two Russian young men were out trekking up the mountains when they came across this huge Yeti. They went out to collect firewood, only to find this giant furry animal tearing apart through their belongings, looking for food, presumably.
Господи! Ой ты, батюшки мои, босса!
With bears being a frequent threat in the area, the Yeti unknowingly mishandles a bear spray, only to have some of it accidentally used upon itself. As a result, it reacted so aggressively that it nearly fell on the hikers, who were hiding before stumbling down the mountain. Skinwalker by the road. This one is without a doubt an extraterrestrial entity who didn't seem to like being followed, let alone discovered. A local from Nicaragua was out vlogging during his morning walk on a trail road when his path crossed with this unearthly creature, who within seconds started to throw pebbles at him before running away and disappearing in the thick bushy slope. Luckily, he was able to record the entire incident on camera, which later got viral over the internet. Although some believed it to be fake, others nicknamed it as a skinwalker. Possessed girl hiding attempt. Hiding under the nose is probably the smartest place to hide until you get compromised accidentally. Villagers from a small village in India decided to plant cameras to monitor activity in the area late in the night after numerous complaints of disturbing sounds late in the night. Upon reviewing the footage, they noticed a possessed girl that one of the cameras spotted to be hidden on the side of the bridge, and upon discovering the camera to be recording attempts to hide itself by jumping into the water. Most believe that the girl was possessed and could be the reason behind the disturbance. Alien birds. These, without a doubt, are some of the weirdest looking birds on the internet. An explorer from somewhere in Southeast Asia uploaded this footage showing two alien-looked birds that were discovered by the recorder, who found them in an abandoned cabin in the middle of the forest in Bangladesh. The author of the video commented that these birds had a resemblance to that of a young chick apart from its head. Since these birds didn't seem to have feathers all over its body, it is believed to be the offspring waiting on their parents. Wall climbing witch. That's quite the skill set, even for a witch. A video was captured and posted by an unknown recorder in April 2018, showing a witch dressed in white climbing its way up the pillar towards the first floor with little to no struggle. The witch manages to balance weight by flexing and using a complex technique, not to mention without making a single decibel of noise. Stalking zombie. How would you react if something like this terrifying were to be stalking you on the road? Paranormal investigators were investigating a tiny abandoned town several miles away from any city in Ontario, Canada, when they sighted this scary-looking clown or zombie, or maybe both. Just when they thought that they couldn't find anything interesting, they noticed this haunting figure that looked to have long hair and a ghostly face that was monitoring them over a dozen meters away. As soon as they started looking at it, the zombified figure quickly moved away and disappeared into the darkness. It had shiny eyes, clown makeup, sharp reflexes, and looked huge in size. Sword hand skeleton. This is probably one of the reasons why being in a cemetery late at night is considered a terrible idea. A gravedigger notices a series of sharp footstep-like trails all over the area by planting a trail camera, which upon reviewing the footage was left stunned. He noticed this extremely terrifying ghostly figure that was moving with the help of two long limbs that looked to be sharp as a sword. Although the nature of this supernatural entity is not known, it is believed to be a dead carcass walking. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows? We might even feature it in one of our videos. This picture and video was taken on March 25th, 2022 by a resident from Ohio who noticed this eerie creature crossing an empty road in the dead of night. Since the owner of the footage was returning home from a tiring journey, he initially thought that his eyes were showing him things until he started recording and noticed the bizarre alien creature that was crossing the road. It looked to have a resemblance to that of a huge spider with several legs or tentacles, along with a huge tail on its back. Being so creeped out by its appearance, he immediately cleared away from the area, and since then the nature of this spider creature remains a total mystery. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again!